Okay, I'm gonna pick up where I left off. No life of my own, no employment, no friendships or supportive resources, no ability to leave, leave the house for an hour a week for the last 3 years. Constantly in a state of depression from all that's going on, being made to appear non-credible and untrustworthy, and made to appear untruthful by everyone in my life, whether purposeful or non-intentional, I'm not sure. Constant situations present where it will appear as if I'm making something up, like due to something that was said or done by someone in the time directly before the presentation of my life appear occurred further. An example is a toilet in my grandma's bathroom was broken. I was having trouble and had my ex-husband assist me while he was here. I received a message from a friend, from Jamie, and they stated that they had been on the toilet or something similar for a long time with a stomach ache. I responded, it appeared as if I was lying about what I had been doing, using their words to be my response, if that makes sense. That happens at least 3 times daily, on a daily basis, and I notice this occurring each time that it happens and take note. If someone else noticed the same thing, I would be hallmarked as a person who has like a habitually lying problem, or a professional diagnosis for something. But Dr. House like had an episode on it where like whatever, he was like had something like on his shirt or something, and he asked a girl a question and she saw his shirt and then like answered it. And it's like, that's what I appear to be like often. And another example is like when someone doesn't feel well, it would seem as if I have a similar condition to where I don't feel well. Or whenever it's someone's birthday or event, I usually end up not feeling well. And I'm not sure of the cause, but it appears as if I'm attempting to steal the light or attention from someone else when I honestly actually feel sick because of like anxiety or something. Like, because I get really, like, I don't know, it's my nerves. But it comes off as like I'm trying to steal the attention, like I want the attention to be on me, and it's like that's not the case at all, because it's like I'm genuinely like wanting to be involved in like the festivities or whatever, and it's like I don't understand, but it's like I'll withdraw from that situation because of anxiety. And it's at a side note, for what it's worth, on modeling shoots I usually would feel really bad, like I'd feel like I was gonna throw up, and I'd be like, whenever I'd be in the spotlight. But when doing weddings or other events, I felt awesome. So I don't know what that means. And like I had to take Klonopins on modeling shoots. Like the first time I ever took a Klonopin was I was on my way to Bikes and Babes International. But then that was like the best shoot ever. I was like really, really screwed up like the whole way there. I was like out of it. But by the time I got there and started shooting, I was like bah, 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 bah. Like it was great. It was fun. I love Klonopins. Another example is I've legitimately had the strangest life and most awkward, unnatural occurrences and random situations unfold throughout my life that are unbelievable to the average individual. And perhaps that's why I'm not taken seriously, oftentimes sensitive person, whether it's drugs, medication, feelings, frequency, energy. I'm able to feel many things, therefore, perhaps that factors into my experiences. When I was pregnant with Adara, I was 17. I thought about having my insurance card in my glove box. And I checked it 2 red lights before I ended up rear-ending another vehicle, before getting on the highway. And I told Andy that I had a feeling like Chad wasn't going to be here much longer, that I could be wrong, but I didn't know why I felt that way. And then he passed a week later. I told Andy I wanted to leave because I felt like something was wrong, and we left, and there were like 10 cops at the intersection up here at the crossroads. That was a crazy night. I'm treated often like as an outcast and feeling worthless by those who I come into contact, like my family or whatever. It's like the fact that I try to go above what's needed or necessary or asked, because it's like I'll see what needs to be done and I'll just do it. Like I'll take initiative or whatever, and that's taken advantage of. Like I'm treated like disrespectfully, and it's because I deal with it, because it's like I don't ever, it's like whatever, I don't take shit personal really, and maybe I should, but it's like that takes too much energy. Like fuck that. Like, I'm not going to quarrel over something stupid. Having my relationships played and stepped on by those around me. Like, everyone's competitive and jealous in my life. Like, I can't, it's, everyone's in competition with everybody else for, like, my time or whatever, all my, like, family relationships. And then I place trust into areas that I feel my gut are not correct. Sometimes, like, I don't know. It says, when my parents were here visiting in May, Adara and I had plans to go to the fair in Simpsonville. We were supposed to pick up her friend Addison on the way. When we went to leave, Andy decided to cause an argument, and he got out of the vehicle while traveling down the road and continued screaming in the window. Adara then told me that when I was getting ready, she walked down to the trailer and called for him to see if he was ready. And when she walked in the door, she saw what appeared to be a lady's pair of legs with pink toes and toenails. And she ran back out of the door of the trailer and didn't didn't want to tell me because she thought it would ruin our night if she told me. We ended up coming back to the house so I could look around to see if someone was actually in the mobile home that wasn't supposed to be here. We didn't find anyone, so I walked up here and I came to talk to my parents and tell them about the situation. And as I was talking to my mom, I noticed she had pink toenails. There had been issues in the past with her alcoholism and Andy, and sexual type insinuations, thoughts, behaviors noted from all family members, at least here, that were present. And Adara's the one that called that to my attention. Like one night I left, and whenever I came back, her and Andy were in the garage with the light on, then turned the light off, and she ran in the house, and then he ran out the door, and Mama had her feet soaking in a tub, so it's like they put her feet in a tub so she couldn't get up and go find them. I thought that was fucked up. But anyways, the whole toenails thing, it says, I didn't say anything in reference to the possibility of it being her who was in the mobile home. I didn't say anything directly to my mom. Me and Adara decided to go to the fair and enjoy ourselves. We got halfway there, and then Addison called and said she was throwing up and couldn't make it and couldn't come. So Adara was like, I don't even want to go. And I was like, well, let's just go on, And then she started crying and said she couldn't believe that Andy would cheat out in the open like that. And she was crying real tears. And I was like, what the hell is wrong? And I kept having a feeling like they were going to take Mama back to Arizona or something. Like they were being janky and shady and secretive. And my gut was just feeling really weird. And Adara she was crying though. And she was like, I can't believe he would cheat like that. I can't believe he would cheat like that. And I was like, you're crying over me? Like him cheating on me? It didn't make sense to me. I was like, that's so sweet. But she's never... I don't know. It caused me to be confused at the entire situation, and I didn't know why Adara would have that strong emotion towards my life situations, because she never exhibited those before. But, I mean, the fact that she did, I guess, makes me feel really good, but then it makes me feel, kind of bad that it affects her in that sort of way, that it impacts her that much. It's for her to cry, over another person being in my mobile home and she saw their feet. And it's okay, was a person alive? Were they naked? I mean, was it Grandma Kelly and they told you not to tell nobody? Or was it Addison? I mean, I have all these questions and it's I don't know what's going on. But it's stuff like that. And then Andy flipping out like he did coming back here. And then on our way home, we passed Andy on Waddell Road and he was right behind my parents. And he had his car took apart in the driveway when we left. So it's he purposely did all that. And it was really weird. And I constantly have my privacy and belongings disrespected and damaged. Where's that? I'm responsible for my grandma's poodle, Benji, who stinks badly, gets on furniture. I have to constantly clean the upholstery and my mattress. He pees on my bed all the time. And it's okay, I don't do that to anyone else's stuff. I don't have an animal or any kind of anything that does anything to anything else's stuff other than Andy. And I mean, I guess that's his own thing, but he's a person, not an animal. So he's not my responsibility. He's his own. And then she'll throw my cat outside and smack him in the head and stuff. Pick him up by his neck. And it's he's not bothering you. He's laying there on the couch being still, not hurting anything. He's not peeing on anything, And it's she'll get mad because he's mine and throw him outside. And it's can I not have anything that I love or that loves me? And it's she'll get jealous over the cat following me around, my cat, or Andy even. And it's she didn't want Aunt. She didn't want Andy. She didn't want Justin. Didn't want Jamie. And it's I'm not allowed to have anything. You wanted to throw away all my furniture in the trailer, and she still talks about doing that. It's why are you trying to throw away all my stuff? Because all this stuff is yours, one day I'm gonna have to have something, right? But it's she doesn't think about that, and I don't understand it. I mean, I don't say anything to her, but it's I just in my own head, that's how I'm feeling though. It's how come I can't have anything? How come I can't make my own decision or leave or be my own person or have happiness or anything of my own? like I've asked her multiple times not to do my laundry because like she'll do it and mix it all up, and then stains will get in there. I like lose all my clothes because it's like I'll have it all organized, and then she'll bring it here, put half of it in the dryer, fold half of the dirty shit, and put it back in my drawers. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, please don't touch my stuff. You know, like, please don't do my laundry. You can do your laundry, just don't do my laundry, please. But she doesn't respect that, and she argues with me, and she gets mad. And then when I request her not to touch my things that I'm in the middle of doing something, she does anyway. I do all labor for the home outdoors beyond the extreme of any paid helper would even go to the same length or duration of to provide the best care and love possible. I purchased 4 or 5 different vacuums I'm not able to use until someone else ruins or steals it before I purchase another since mine is gone. Random things appear around the house from unknown sources and not clarified on the origination of where what the object may be or where it came from. Things being taken from one spot placed into another randomly just to make me feel like I'm crazy, I guess. Like, and it's like, I don't know who's doing it or why. It's like my cigarettes. Oh my God, that's like the worst thing. And it's not me though, because it's like, I know I'm forgetful, but this is different than that. This is not like a forgetful type thing. This is like a purposeful type thing that it's like, I'll look and something won't be there, and then I'll look again a little while later and then it's right there. And it's like, and it's only, when it's me and Mama, that doesn't happen. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say. Because when Andy's here, it happens. When Jamie's here, it happens. When Adaira's here, it happens. When it's just me and Mama, it doesn't happen. The end. Let's see. The different things that I've done for the house is I've made the wooden steps and the retaining wall outside. I moved the rail ties and laid the mulch. I take off trash, rake the driveway rocks that have been thrown by fishtailing of Andy's vehicle. I dug up the septic by myself, the lid attempting to unclog the septic tank. That was disgusting. I fixed the plumbing in the crawl space and the air conditioner return after the crawl space by hand without assistance. I gave my grandma pedicures, attempting to properly make her feet feel better. I usually try to cook if I can. I don't cook often, or I'm not great at it, but I try to cook and make sure she's happy and comfortable, get her coffee and all that stuff. I do what I can for Andy, letting him take the car so he can work or provide and for his needs up until 4 months ago when he began staying here again and helping me financially since I have no job, and she was the only one that's been providing for like the last 10 years, you know. I painted the walls, cleaned, sweeping, vacuuming, constantly cleaning. I've restained the cabinets here. I fixed the floor where the dogs peed so much, like the floor started coming up. Like, I fixed that. I fixed the entire laundry room. I redid the foyer in here. I redid all the stain on all the wood. The mantle and the fireplace and the rocks, I put concrete and spackled like in between all the rocks. Like, that was terrible. It was dusty. And then I restained that. I sanded and restained Mama's dining room table and all of her chairs. I hung a pot hanger thing in the kitchen. In the garage, we painted the walls. I repainted Papa's workbench. I've cleaned it. I've made a tool compartment area to put tools in. I moved the shelves, cleaned the shelves, organized things. I went down to the building, did the same thing down there, threw away a bunch of stuff, and swept and raked and got like everything looking good. And then the backyard here and out there by my window, I've like clipped the hedges. I've moved the rail ties around, trying to have like landscape done, put mulch around the trees in the front yard, backyard, had the trees cut in the front yard and like the brush or whatever, rake leaves. And then me and Andy made that path in the woods all the way from like our yard down to the gully, and then he made steps and like a handrail, and I put handrail up in the back porch, and over here in the garage I built a wall next to the steps, this brick with the concrete mortar or whatever, and then I put a handrail on top of it. Like, I built that handrail, and then Jeremy put a handrail out here. What else have I done? I'm trying to think. Let's see. I've repaired everything, like underneath Mama's bathroom sink. That was like a pain in the ass, like to replace her sink, the faucet and stuff, and then the hoses and the clamps and the cutoffs or whatever. And then I had to tear up the entire bottom of her cabinet and vacuum that and get it all up and then put new wood back down in there. And I did that in the kitchen also in here because the sink was like, changed the sink faucet like 4 different times. It was terrible. Like, we could never get it right. And then I've replumbed the new tub that we got in the laundry room, and then I did the plumbing for my bathroom also. I went underneath the house, and we had to like put new flooring up. Like in the laundry room, I had to put new floor down in there, like the wood floor. And underneath the house, like me and Andy, I went through and I got like little pieces of wire from I think it was coat hangers or some. No, they were blinds. I took some blinds, the big boxwood blinds that had broken. I took one set of them, and I used the blinds and I put them up like inside of the just one set of them. I put them up inside the where the insulation goes to keep the insulation in, and I went through all the underside of the house right here and like put up everything, and then Jamie and Andy helped me shovel dirt, and we put it in the vents or whatever, and I went underneath the house with like a rake and a hoe, and I scattered like all the dirt to like made it flat and patted it down to where it was like it wasn't just like stale sulfur under there, you know, because it was like messed up. And then we had to redo the whole entire air conditioner return, and then like we had to insulate it and everything, tape it, and then we had to get a new return duct, and we did that. Then went up in the attic and put new insulation up there. Had to re-insulate the shower, Mama's shower or Papa's shower. And then I've done a lot. Painted my room, redid my entire window, like in the weather seal. I've redone this door and the garage door, weather sealed it and all that good stuff. Painted the garage doors, caulked outside everywhere. I redid the fireplace in here. Like I put a hardwood floor down in the fireplace, and then I put insulation inside and caulked it with wood, so that way like the damper or the drape or whatever it's called from the chimney wouldn't have air come through. And then outside in the driveway, all the cracks that we have, I put like the sealant, and then I covered it with a mortar concrete mix like 4 times, because Mama, every time I do it, she'd go out there and spray it as soon as I do it, and it would like come out. Boo!